our will take and first form, you know, inclusivity for bringing self-can together. We don't move past election. The Sierra Leone People's Party don't win. Waiting at the plan so far, we una be don't strategize, because I say una go down ahead for ensure say, you know, all mankind on board and the ideas and policies of other people be included for a better Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much. Zulayatu, I believe?
Yeah, Zulayatu.
Matia, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. I'm glad for you here this morning. And tell me I thank you for giving me this opportunity. The election, London. We all need to congratulate ourselves as Sierra Leoneans for say, in spite of all the doomsday predictions, for say this 2023 election will be one of the worst elections we'll get in this country. We make some people there, we get second homes elsewhere, don't left and don't go. We now, the Sierra Leoneans, we the feel the pinch. We all go out on Saturday, 24th June. We all go cast we vote, exercise we right, decide on who we want to lead us. We don't cast votes for we councillors. We don't cast votes for we chairpersons in the councils. We don't cast votes for we mayors. We don't cast votes for we members of parliament who go represent we. And beyond that, we don't cast votes for the president. And this election, for me, I don't witness elections after the war since 1996. I think this is the fifth or sixth election we get. I think this has been one of the most commendable and peaceful elections. We are see. Even the post-election violence we can expect up till now. President Bill, in government, election management bodies, the opposition parties, everybody don't try for keep within the law and realize, say, we all are Sierra Leoneans. Election, like a football match, no one person they win. And when they don't win, we all come back together. And that is what I see happening here, gradually. Although there are naysayers, and the naysayers mostly are those outside of this country. We don't know what we really feel now. We don't know the desire and the hope we feel people then get for make we see this country go before on the pathway President Bill don't put them since 2018. We begin happy in the sense that when school for the last 5 years it's been largely free, except if you choose for Kerry Peking on a private school. Exam results have been very encouraging. 2022, 115,000 children, young people, pass for good university, at least they get requirement. It don't show, say, the government get what it takes for we as Sierra Leoneans, able for set yourself up for the future development of this country, a good foundation. Now that we don't see. And when the COVID also come, we're able to navigate through them to the extent that we are one of the countries with the least casualties, where they even commend we at UN because of the leadership where President Bill don't show. With the Ukraine people, the Ukraine war was affecting the logistics and the supply chain disruptions in the world, where they cause prices for rise unnecessarily, not necessarily the prices of the commodities when side and produce them. It is the cost of transporting it to you where you are, where you need it. Because of the war being a barrier, a hurdle, and this now make most of the things that they believe. But we don't try, President Bill don't try. So for that, the people of Sierra Leone don't show gratitude. And everybody says that we get up and we person do you good, pay am good. Even God talk up in the Quran, he helps in the Surah Al-Rahman, he say, Al-Hazal Al-Insan, if somebody do you good, pay am good. And I think the people of Sierra Leone don't pay President Bill for say, this last time, we youth don't run this country, we need to give you a second chance. And then get the second chance resoundingly. But like you say, the healing get for start. And I think, say, President Bill, from what you have been watch, since Thursday, Friday, it depends that. You don't meet the paramount chiefs. You don't meet the Western area tribal authorities. You don't meet the imams of all over the country. They don't come. This morning, you get to meet with the Farmers Association, Farmers Federation, and in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, you get to meet with the Traders Union. So these are the people who are out there on the grassroots. We interact with the people every day. The message is the same. Sierra Leone, we been go choose one leader. Because no one sits 9 days. In any vehicle, no one driver a day. You get 2 drivers, you get problems. Notice all? Yeah, so 2 captains, no, they carry 1 ship. So the one way they don't decide is that the one with the experience, where they don't get this last 5 years, they just say, if you're able to carry this motorcar, go reach we how they go in that destination. So the people don't do that. But the driver, what we get is not selfish. He says, this motorcar, not to me, we can't get him. This motorcar, then give me no more for let me be the chief driver. There are others who could have done this, but for now, the people say, na me. So for you, all of 13 of you, we be non grab say when I want, say please come, especially the main opposition leader of the APC and flag bearer, Dr. Samura Kamara, with whom they have a working relationship. If I extend an olive branch to them, say, come, let's work. I know you have your capabilities. I have mine. If we put these things together, we can move faster. If I move alone, I'll move, but not tete ade tete. The figures show that. 56% of the people say they want the President Bio carry on. 42% say they want Dr. Samura do that. But it is the majority that carries the vote. So when in Ongam, he said, if I mean 56%, say, now we carry this motorcar uphill. They push them. But the 42 way, either they don't do nothing, or they push the motorcar, go down back, say, na tete or tete. But if we all come behind the wheel, when I help me push this motorcar go up, instead of 56% going up and 42 down, you add the 2 forces, you will get like 98. People of 90% of the population trying to push. That could be an accelerated growth for Sierra Leone, faster than we think. And for we are old people already. We don't pass, we sell by dates. That accelerated growth we want, because when you are going, you want to make sure, say, there is a legacy that you leave behind where people remember you. Say, look, when I've been there and when this power been there and I this and this, but if you put we slow the machine down, I make President Bio, shows that he's magnanimous in victory. And that's why he extends an olive branch to everybody, including Dr. Samura Kamara. Dr. Samura Kamara has worked with President Bio before. When President Bio was president in 1996, in inverted commas, he was the head of state in Sierra Leone in 1996. His finance minister was Dr. Samura Kamara. They know themselves. They work together. Why not build on that again? Let me all work and carry Sierra Leone go before. Depending on what people say outside, sometimes this is diversionary. Because all man get your own problem at your home. If you go take your own problem and get them back, you're just overloading them. In this global village, let all man look after your own small corner. And we are looking after our own corner. And that is why I say thank you to the people of Sierra Leone. They say don't seem to forget the message and don't decide, say, elections are over. Let's look forward. They are hoping now that the leaders at the top, me included, we're able to meet now, solve problems among us. These 5 years later, look where 5 years passed, 2018 to now. I was there in 2018, I'm here again. If I look like yesterday. So the next one, 2020, they can just know.
Is there a sign, say, the other person across the other eye, get the intention where and President Bio gets shown out for reach out, where you look at the fact, say, the move where the People's Congress Party they make right now, now for still they complain to the international community, say, waiting be happen now not free and fair. And you look the engagement we engage with members of parliament now, England, for example, and the press release with them, there are concerns when they call, for example, for a rerun of the election within 6 months, the resignation still of the electoral commissioner. So with all that one there, President Bio, after with the announcer, immediately after with the announcer as the winner, where Salif will be interviewed, it talks it getting 5 priority then where you want to achieve. But in order for achieve them priority then the country get for stable first, peace get for the. But putting the way we don't tell we serve during this election process, we need for wash them one in their way. But how can we wash it away when certain people still think say they are the winners and not the losers? And how can you reach to those people where they still feel say they're for their power?
Well, see, anybody who go play a game, you always hope and believe they go win. Even when they don't win, you always say, something happened. We always look for somebody to throw the blame on. But all of us here cannot be wrong. 56% of the people of Sierra Leone cannot be wrong. And even among the 42%, some of them already accept, say, yes, the results are out, they are genuine. What did we do that we didn't win 2018? Nothing. All of the elections processes will be done based on the Elections Act of 2022, 2023, the ECSL follow them. And there are laid down procedures. The complaint really talks to people in complaint. I am not even sure that has been placed formally on the desk of President Bio or even the channels of redress. Putting out a press release on social media, that is grumbling. I grumble, you grumble. You don't make a complaint yet, because there are bodies that you can go make the complaint to. It is prescribed in the Constitution. It is prescribed in the laws of Sierra Leone, especially the Elections Act. So if you haven't done that, I'm weary. But if I read, it's a like say, you are not addressing me. If you want to address, there are channels to do that. So when that comes formally, I don't say if it does come, and I'm hoping it does not come, because really you must make small shake when something happens, like our President Bio say, then push under. But at the end of the day, we have to come together. But if it does come, President Bio is law abiding.
If you not come, President Bio will reach out as the bigger person.
But he has been reaching out. Didn't you hear his message? Didn't you hear his speech when he say in the acceptance speech of his swearing in on the same day, the thing he says that I am calling on my brother, Dr. Samura Kamara of the All People's Congress. Make it calm, no work. Anything big past that? This is the same message I heard him give to Honorable Dr. Kande Koleyum Kela Owinguna. Some Mitande, but this time, okay, he put cola now. Cup, he put small one, like, I think it's 20,000 or 40, because my chief. He hand them to the chiefs, he said, now give me brother. We will get division. Now the country for heal. They'll come together. And Kande said, in the whole world. When the whole world, eventually when the word come out, he said, okay, I will form an alliance with you for the sake of Sierra Leone, because when you put Saloon first, Saloon go better. And that is what has happened. So that is what President Bio, they look for. Now that he ask clearly, the whole world will hear it. Say, I am here to work with you. I am just at the moment first among equals. We all don't win. Dr. Samura Kamara no loss. They come second. And they tell everybody in go school, if I take second in my class, I don't. Because I still promote. So he was the second person. And there's a third and fourth. But like I heard on the radio coming here, where IGR Lavali they talk, they say the question of distribution of resources, where that prerogative they left all the time, like just one person in hand, the winner takes all kind of syndrome. Now they make some people and get apprehension about the next 5 years waiting they come. If not this man, they should, me your region go get, and all that. So that is why I am saying that we should be like the Olympics. We should also be like the World Cup. We should even be like Slafa in their Premier League. When somebody don't win the championship, there's always a runner-up. And that runner-up gets a silver cup. If you don't take the gold, the other man takes silver cup. The other one takes the bronze. The other one will take the plastic cup. The other one glass cup. All man carries something on a host. People are happy. But when one person take all the cup they go, that is the fear. Now I make with religious tolerance very good naturally. You know why? Because it's supposed to really shape the cup them. You know, in this world, they offend. So they know the shape now. The resources are not shared here. They are shared in heaven. Now, pass you don't go there, and nobody no go come back. He talks to me then. They rob me on. So that is why you don't really mind if your friend is Christian, you are Muslim, or this, you still, they play together, you go together, like me. When I've been married, my wife was Christian, being a Muslim, but now they go with me at the mosque. But these are the things that are happening. In the first where we live, the mosque they so, the church they so. When we the overflow, pan prayer, during fast month, they do open the church. Now they will extend. We'll go pray inside. That is religious tolerance. If we can afford to do that, well, we'll not be able to do them here. But there's something wrong. The something that is wrong is the sharing. So President Bio say, until we get the Constitution for put provisions in the Constitution, for let's say on my and Monday, now me, President Bio, I take the onus of inviting you to come and join me. Let me dip on this table, how they shape the cake, how they make the policy.
How do you join? How that joining they go be like? If President Bio they invite Samuel Kamara now, can we work?
When I say invite Samuel Kamara, he's inviting all opposition parties. Everybody who's a Sierra Leonean, we're able to contribute. Like Samuel Kamara is symbolic because now he leads today the largest opposition party. So through him, we are calling all the other parties to say, come and let us work together. How it could be, these are things that you discuss. The only thing is to know, is to go there and say, oh, say, I don't hear it. So how do we meet? What do we discuss? There are moral guarantors in this country. We have the Interreligious Council. They can be moral guarantors. There is the ICPNC, the Independent Commission for Peace, National Cohesion. They are also moral guarantors. The Body of Christ, they've done that before. 2012, President Bio lost election. They accept say lost election in 2012. But the Body of Christ leads the Interreligious Council, then go meet President Bio, talk to him, say, listen, you're a young man. Another 5 years, come, let me go, accept the situation as it is. And he did at that time. He go State House with them. He go shake hands with the incumbent president. Then, although they were in dispute, the matter in a court and all that, he's shaking hand, he dropped all him. He said, go ahead, for the sake of Sierra Leone and for the sake of peace, national cohesion. You're my president. He did that. I was there. Me and Abin have been the presidential affairs minister for President Ernest Koroma at the time. And I saw that magnanimity. I saw that display of statesmanship. I saw that display of patriotism from Dr. Julius Maada Bio, which didn't surprise me, because from a very early age, he was head of state in Sierra Leone. Not so, in 1996, he was head of state. But he handed power over. But he also, at great risk to his own personal safety, he go to bush, he go pull the rebel leader, Brankham, say, Bolo can't talk peace. So he don't show, say, he's a man who can put his life up front for young people. Then. So when he do that in 2012, I believe him. I say, this is a genuine person. And then I begin to respect him more and more, because I've been knowing when we did NPRC. He has never changed. In fact, if anything, he improves day by day. Look at this. The very first day when you take the new swearing in Ghana, the staff saying, are you now president? The very first minute, he say, I am extending an olive branch. Please come and let us work together. The only way you're going to know how that will work is to go. Go and see. If it doesn't work now, you go say, well, I come home.
As somebody will be actively involved in the People's Congress Party's governance back then, is there any chance, you knowing also Dr. Samuel Matthew Wilson Kamara and all other people with the MB and the APC, that then go heed that call day and work with President Bio?
Well, that's the difference. The difference is that I was a member of the All People's Congress when Ernest Koroma was leader. Former President Ernest Koroma was leader. And him I know. If you ask me today, say if Naim been there so, like how they talk so, me I know say go. But Dr. Samura, I don't know much as a leader. We work together as colleagues. He was a minister, I was a minister. But for say when he was a leader of the party and all, no, I don't know about that. Even in 2018, he was not the leader. He was just a flag bearer. And President Ernest Koroma then was the leader of the party until recently. So I know him. And as Sabi Witi how he before reacts to this kind of throw. So I hope that with the kind of experience we don't get, you go able to talk to Dr. Samura and say, but it's not a bad thing in the offer you sold. Because think about the people who are behind you. You may be okay. Dr. Samura may be okay. You believe in all that, you get him picking the old man, old man. But what about the young members of parliament? We don't elect under the APC. The councillors who don't elect, the mayors, they need to work for the people. We give them the mandate for who work for them. If they don't do that, there will be the religion of duty. The false pretenses. You go meet the people and say, I want to represent you, they believe you. They give you the opportunity. Then you say, now, you know they go. So what do they want? What do you want them to do? And there's not going to be another election. This PR system, the next election will be not 2028. Because the PR system has alternatives. If person is sick, you know, you go parliament, you die. You come out, somebody else will not be there, will come in. Because all of those people who are in lists, I will take the case of the Western area here as an example, Western urban. Than a Freetown, not so? Freetown has 16 parliamentary seats. With the PR system, you go put 2 candidates, 1 alternate for each constituency. So each party we contested all the and get 32 people within the list. A first list of 16 and another list of 16 called the alternate. So that they don't make an 32. I take the case of the APC now. So they have 32 members. And they are all, according to the PR, they've all been voted for by their people. They are all MPs elect, all the 32. Every single one of them. Because anytime there's a vacancy, they're not going to go make election again. They'll just call one of the MPs elect, they swear him in. And swearing him in is the one that actually gained the mandate for Sidona Parliament. So they can call anybody to come inside. So we have 32 awaiting members of Parliament. So if the first 9 we don't so we don't pass this threshold like the day before because of the selection we didn't put on the party list, if they want to no go, there is an alternative, others will go. I'm sure that the APC will not want that to happen to them. Me no want that to happen because I used to be a member of that party. If that happens, that will sound the death knell of the demise of the party. Because the people won't have confidence in you anymore. Anything you say, and they believe you. So it will be a disservice to yourself, a disservice to the nation to say you're not contesting or competing or, participating in governance. Please don't do that. I was a member of the party. I don't want us to be, and this are the appeal to Minkailu Mansari, Honorable Alaji Minkailu Mansari, who was the chairman. The appeal to former President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, Ousmane Ansari. These are the people who were there before. They made this baby. They made the baby. Don't allow the baby to die. Remember the wisdom of Solomon. When that woman said, they will chop the baby. Yahweh not get her. I say, Lord, chop him. Lord, shave him. Yahweh get him. Say, Lord, not shave him. Do you have make the baby not die? At least I know say daily. Please don't allow the party to die. We all worked for it.
Honorable, again on a quick note, the Sierra Leone People's Party gets some seats in Apollo district. Also, again, you double as the resident minister. What's your contribution towards
President Minister Cabinet?
What's your contribution towards that?
Immediately. Under the support of His Excellency, the Vice President, we brought an Potloko. We work hard. Potloko district, and the Northwest in particular, now being what you call a stronghold for the APC. But when President Julius Maada Bio in December 2019 visited Potloko, I tell and say, strongholds remain strongholds depending on how you work. He took the hint. Within 8 months, he promised us a girls' secondary school, government girls' secondary school, the first in the district. It won. Within 8 months, by August of 2020 or 2019, we opened the school. It's running now. name him after Dr. Kadi Sise, when I've been first running it, from the same district. And Dr. Jules Dejalo comes from the same district and from the same chiefdom as Dr. Kadi Sise, Lakoma Sama chiefdom, where I come from. So I say, we be one for be president. God say, no to me for be president at this time, or at any time at all. Now God they choose. We talk back pan the Quran. We say, Kulilahi malik al-mulk tutil mulka man tasha, wa tuizu man tasha bi'adik al-khair, innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Nami Allah, God, nami the give person power when I want, take and when I want. Nami the haste person, nami the debase person also. So if it's not your time, sit down. So not to be my time, I sit down. Then God give President Julius Maada Bio. And as such, I also remember the scriptures. In the Bible, in Romans chapter 13, verses 1 to 4, God said, let the people on earth obey the powers that are given to them. Their power comes from God. But when they don't listen to all them things, I said, okay, this man, President Bio, one, I've been on Sabiam. Two, I know he's patriotic. He is the leader of the country now. And God don't talk to me, don't put person, not for Falaram. I Falaram, genuinely. Not following party or not joining party. I only became a member of the SLPP or declared for the SLPP 6 weeks ago. But in the past 3 years, I've been working with him since 2020 where Corona came. I did at the district, the fed Corona. He built the COVID hospital for it. He built the airport where we want for pull the we want party we want pull the airport come out na Lunge Usani come out. We have been the representative in parliament. That was a tough call for me, which I will explain to my people. And my people said to us in a public meeting, and say, if you do that, we go pull on our power. And they did. Because Lunge voted against us in 2018. They pulled it. But when President Bio came, he said, I'll keep the airport. You not only keep up, he built up a brand new one. Apart from that, he put so many factories, Nasongo, iron rod, engine oil, vegetable oil. Then you get this special exclusive zone, economic zone again, the OPII, where they can give you 50 factories in one group in Port Loko district. And what else? We don't get fire force. We don't build the fire station for you. And that's its buildings there. He's built a hospital for us. Now look at my Samausaka, a 40-bed hospital. We get X-ray. We get all the laboratory things that I don't need for Cam Lunge again, Put Loco, or if I sick. Everything will be done there at Forod Locums and Bedford Junction. He put nursery school for we picking and 100 picking and they go to that school from age 3 for nothing. With all them plating the way when they see the expensive nursery schools. He's done that for us. He revived the mining for we, Lunsar, Maramba. He also revived the port in Prepare. And now, he also introduced this 1% CDF, Community Development Fund, from the turnover, total turnover of a big company like that, for go back to the people of Maramba and Mofoki. We just received the first check of 38 billion, that's over $1.2 million. Can you imagine that? In just 2 small chiefdoms. And that is just for 2022. 2023, I understand from the management of Maramba Mines that we're looking at something like 40 to 50 billion. That's one. That's going to come every year. Then they come also, Nama Ferengbea, and we just don't start the bauxite also. Let's say they come. So prosperity is on the way. The people see all of this. And say, this man, Al Jaza Linsan, Ila Linsan, Lakramu, Ilakramu. When I send for you, send for me. People said, I'm going to send this one for you. So in a place society and I've been 0 seats for people with the presence of the VP, myself and all the workers who have been there, and the support of the president. You know, the president visited Port Loko district in this campaign about 4 times. You go Losar, you go Lunge, you go Lokamasama, you go Port Loko city. 5. Then you go Melekure, a village. And you know, the flag bearer of the APC, unfortunately, we did look for him. Inogon Potloko. The regional headquarters for the campaign. So it is not surprising that the people of Potloko district and the region, they go all the way. Tonkolimba will go. They go Konimaka, a small village called Kenema. They go Tambaka. They go how you call Kukuna. They go Samu. They go Binle, the small district. They go Dixon, a small village called Mafari, maybe 30 or 40 houses. They go to the campaign. So if you do all that, the people see you. The proximity set for say, I see President Ikanaya, a touchy hand, or I hear him voice. Down they say they give people the zeal for say, well, this man, let's give him an opportunity. That's why. In a region where there be 0, we get 7 seats. In a district where there be 0, we got 4 seats. So the power work, the VP work, President UF work, chairman of the campaign team, Alex Hardin work, Napoleon then work, we waited to say we work, the party worked. They go all round. In the rain, President Bioni danced on the rain. I go meet her now. Blama. He came from a place called Koya Chieftain. He reached Blama about 8 minutes. As he came in rain for them. The people danced in the rain, and he stood there with them, he spoke with them, and danced with them. Now, President, you not take helicopter for Goku Bonla. You go there by road. Coming back to Kabbalah, you know reach Kabbalah till 4:30 a.m. When you make the joke, so they drive, now you begin to check in GPS. And they say you are near the, and GPS tells us you are near the Bintumani Mountains. And I say, that's why I don't come far. I say, I don't lost. And they say, Pioneer, so keep going. That is how far he went. The road was terrible. But you don't get the opportunity for see what in people that they go through. And they know, say, this part where you can see. If you tell us in a sweet and you go believe you. So he's making things. So we're not surprised that the SFP won the council, now Falaba district in the north. They get 2 seats there. Out of the 4 where they didn't get 2, APC get 2. It was an APC stronghold. In Koenadugu, they get 1 seat out of the 4. So if he come Nakarene, he get 1 seat out of it, which is the home of Dr. Samura Kamara. You know, say something, 1 out of 5. Then Kambia, of course, you get 2 out of 4, out of 6. And Potloko, you get 4 out of 6. That's hard work. The result of hard work is good reward. Many people didn't do. So let nobody not surprised. For say the results are this, a man worked for it, the party worked for it, and the population paid for that. And I believe, in fact, I've been in Free Zone getting 60-65%. So I used to be a member of the APC until 6 came down. But why did I leave? Because I've been waiting for saying there will be reforms. Now, I mean, I'm one of the people who they say, let us reform the party, NRM. I joined, I'm a member of NRM. I joined Ante, but as you say, the democratization very slow in the party. To the extent that when the party decide to go to the convention, I give them the opportunity. Say, okay, me no go want to be executive anymore, I've been no left. Now let me see how it works out. When I go make this democratization process, at the end of the day, they came back with an executive, and that are all neighbors in one street. People, how can you expect a country like Sierra Leone, diverse as it is, far away Suleiman, Krubonla is there, Conakry is there in Lunge. We get Dixon, we get Konimaka, we get Godrich, and all of the managers of a party come from one road, one street, Kamakwe Road. Go and check it, every single one. Leader, flag bearer, chairman, deputy, secretary general, deputy secretary general, every single one. Fair to you. These are the things that happen. Where the party say, the people then say, no, well, this is don't pass max small. If we then at the party say, no, just check it. Waiting propel Dr. Bio to that level of going through no runoff, because people from the APC voted for him as progressives. People from the NGC voted for him as progressives. People who are fence-sitters voted for him because they see that he's a unifying man in a unifying party called the Sierra Leone People's Party, one country, one people. And I just saw a post from Napoleon Nkrumah where he said the appeal. He stared a hand to the APC, say, "Una come. Let us all come and work together." He said, indeed, it is one country, one nation, one people. So let's work together. We are extending this. Now that make me did it. I'm only 6 weeks old in the SLPP. In fact, I know she don't find itself because President Bio still don't want for all man left APC or any other party can join. He just want these alliances. So today they're not giving me membership card yet, even though I don't apply. See? But however, there is elections don't know now. They will ask now. If they're not giving, then sometimes will become a free agent. Sometimes will become a free agent.
Honorable, as we close, you don't mention all the strides and your region, our region, where if 500,000 jobs get for Como as promised by President Bio, now your region get for be the hub of creating those jobs.
At the moment, it is the hub.
The hub
of development. Even with this first term, now the hub of development.
What will be you call to the entire youth as we close, moving forward? Because this second term, as proposed by President Bio, is promoting agriculture and creating jobs for the youth. What will be you call to the young people there?
First of all, the SLPP call the young people, young generation. That means the young generation has to graduate to the older generation. It means there's room for you at the top. And the example of President Bio, we don't show him in inclusiveness. If you look at his cabinet, people who are there, the one they way past 50 years, who they are above 50, they're not going to reach 10%. I don't know something, I mean, I'm the oldest person in that cabinet. Mostly in the young people, they have energy, they have drive, they have ambition. And then they do the things that President Bio wants them to do. And that is why they were able, in record time, actually finish the manifesto of 2018, starting with the education, going right down to health and all that. Look at the way they have reduced the internal mortality, because you get the dynamic ministers of health. Formerly it was Professor Alpha Uri, and now we have Dr. Austin Dembe from the CDC with all the experience and the scientific knowledge within camp. They're able to tweak the figures to the extent that when the last assessment, it should say maternal mortality is reduced by 60% in Sierra Leone, when we used to be the worst country for any woman of childbearing age to live. We've changed that narrative. Children's infant mortality, that they also don't reduce. Because of the medical facilities that are reaching out. They even get these mobile clinics where we said when they help for go work out with upline, when they go in places where people don't want to see hospital, they take the hospital to them. And they see the kind of diseases where they affect people. They also say most of the things where they kill people naturally, diabetes and high blood pressure. This is rampant, depending because of the kind of dietary practices. So, but this clinic don't go map out the country. We know where in this area, where these diseases are prevalent. The government is paying attention to those things, with having teams that go out there on a routine basis, and they check your blood pressure. You know, ask you, and check you. And then if there's advice, they advise. If they need to give medication for bringing a can down, they do that. This government is doing a lot of things for the people. So, if the people they candidate, they say that they vote for President Bio, not the time. I know she say. So for the youth, now employment. So first of all, apart from the 500,000 jobs promised, I don't see the plans from the OPII. This transformational infrastructure and development projects where they don't bring camp. I don't see the plans where, yes, it's possible within the next 2 years, up to 500,000 young people at all levels of professional training and skills go get jobs in that place. We're going to have 50 factories, don't put in for day in that zone there. And beyond that, transportation is going to be eased. Because this OPII is proposing to bring the train again. When I asked them at the launching, I say, when are we going to have the train? They say it's in the high seas. The actual wagons and the engines are on the high seas, coming to Sierra Leone. So maybe before December or something like that, train wouldn't come. And what will you do? We have an existing railway line where the mining companies then they use. Then they use as a one time for the train they pass. So if it passes for 2-3 hours, they engage the rail. The other hours they're free for others to use it. So all we need to do now for put sidings for let we able to take people then from Magboka to Makeni, Makeni to Lonsar, Lonsar to Port Loko to Pearl. And if you have a big load and bring you there, you take the Pampa and now you cross, come over. So that's going to ease up while they are planning to extend the rail from Songo through Waterloo back to Water Street. Well, it's not Water Street anymore. I think it's called Wallace Johnson Street. Not so, it's Wallace Johnson? Wallace Johnson Street. So that's we don't plan. So there are plans that are good. So people like me, we no all they pray God no more less spare me life. And give me well body. Let's see the things they don't plan for their income. So young people, you have an opportunity. For now, President Bio in cabinet now contained the largest number of young people ever. President Bio in cabinet now contained the largest number of women ever. And now for the inclusion, it don't bring this 30% for women. When I last checked, the number of women where they go inside parliament this year, now 41, 30.37%. President Bio legislated 30%, we don't go to 30.37. The next time, I'm sure it will be almost 50-50. Because the women are becoming aware that then we do for look after the families, they don't need no more for sit down and kitchen for look after family. You should also be there at the decision table. Which side they decide, which in they bring can, how they sell on the market, how will we do this, how will they pay picking and school fees and all that. Because they feel it the most, the women. And Dr. Julius Madabio get that feeling because I'm a mama now. So he knows what people, women go through.
In few words, what you go tell the people of this country again? I start with peace and go round up on the same, issue of peace and national cohesion and for avoid hate speech. In few words, what you go tell the people of this country?
The people them, me when I sabi me a peaceful man. First of all, my allergy is not to lenta. I went through the crucibles before I became allergic. So for me, peace now the LCM, the least common multiple for any society for thrive. If there is no peace, I'll not be able to sit down and myself for talk. Now I make a elect President Bio. When we have been in there, and I ain't go find the rebel branch, I say, well, not for fete. The people that we kill are Sierra Leoneans. The one that we self they kill, you won't rebel them, not Sierra Leoneans. So why do we kill ourselves? Say, let's stop. So already, I am with a man who we call peacemaker. And God don't talk and say, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And you don't show that. You don't show say compassionate. So I tell the people, it doesn't mean every word we say for lay people from the opposition, from all walks of life. Come and join us. Make we work. Me be there. Me have been the spokesman for APC. Me have been the spokesman for President Ernest Bai Koroma. Me have been the Minister of Information, Minister of Mines, the Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Minister of Presidential Affairs, Minister of almost everything in Sierra Leone at that time. I was also a special advisor to His Excellency the President and ambassador at large. But President Bio looked me and said, bring that man, I want him. And I don't go there, believe me, today, nobody, no fentanyl has been saying at Port Loko. No fentanyl for saying that APC, come on. Fentanyl means discrimination. Nobody will discriminate against him. So if you say you want people there for can work with him, he means it. And me, I am your moral guarantor. Me and your ambassadors. I came from you. I was one of you. Now are they here to provide a bridge. Nobody no go pass power upon outside there. Because I don't know what's in town like. So I want to be that bridge. Use me, come through. You not get for pay toll. No get for pay ferry. Although I'm a ferryman, it's a free ferry. Come, let's work together. You not get for left APC. Stay there. Me, we don't talk, say I want left APC, 30 days, President Bill no green, and give me a SLPP membership because he still feels the opposition for be strong. So one day he go drive me. Say go back to the party. I hope so now take me back. So if that is the case, and they appeal to Dr. Samura Kamara, and my colleague, he's not a vicious man. I'm not Sabian for being a wicked man. I'm Sabian for being a prayerful man. And I believe, say, if they pastor them, now that parish with them, now he and President Bio, they are the same parish. They pray on Sundays together. No, no. That is on the same pew. So that parish priest, for able to talk to their people, because now in parishioners. And of course, me, I will appeal to Archbishop Tamba Charles as the head of the Roman Catholic Church in the Freetown Diocese, which means you are the head of the Roman Catholics in Sierra Leone. Do ya? Use your God-given divine persuasive skills where you get to a good game. Call these men together. Talk to them. Call your friend. You are also the head of the Interreligious Council. You are the president. So media appeal to you. Use the mandate which the people have given you, which the Interreligious Council has given you. Call them. Let Sierra Leone blow. They would be betting on the international community. When anything happens, they'll just say, they'll just bring an aeroplane. Say, go and take the British out. Go and take the Americans out. Go and take. When you want to go, they say, wait, passport. The Sierra Leone passport, they say, go and stand there. You won't go in there and they debut. So don't allow that to happen, because Sierra Leone is the only country in which we are welcome, where nobody knows look you by the eye. Let that must burn. No, no, I agree. The international community will not fix it. We now able to fix them. All of these things that are happening now, elections, they happen everywhere. It happens in America. We see what happened in January 2020 or something like that, 2021, when the dispute by the election, they did it. But the country runs. As far as they're concerned, come January 26, January 26, they will have a president. I know the former vice president of Bill Clinton, who have been contested with the second George Bush. They keep on counting. And tell and say, but look, today is the 24th January. The 26th January, we have to have a president. So this counting, do you still want to continue counting? And I say, no, I give up for America. They left the counting. And he stood. If he insists, don't say for win. He said, no, the one way they don't declare, the disputes they're waiting at that Florida issue of precincts and things like that, I said, let them try the money. Now America has to have a president. Sierra Leone needs a president to lead us. We need a captain in the ship. The weather is turbulent these days in the world. So we need a good captain. We get experience for Kerigo. So I did beg una. I did talk to my paddy, my brother, Dr. Samura Kamara, Mr. Alpha Khan. Oman Samuel Sai. Not so. Yeah, this will pass. And you don't even know what God keep for you. You don't know. Why do you want to jump ahead of your destiny? This is why God don't show say, na Dr. Julius Maada Bio in Tabule na in the Lonak on the 24th of June. So let that echo they carry on. Let us look for something else where God go knock for you. And you've been there. You've been a statesman. You've been a minister. You've been everything, including being a technocrat in the World Bank and IMF. You have good CV, good credentials in the world. People respect you. Let me not make then things has to happen to us. Senegal had problems. They're not quiet. For the sake of Senegal, we must go on. I saw a letter which an old statesman wrote to Ousmane Sanko, the opposition leader. Till I said, no make let Senegal disintegrate. And since that time, all the riots stopped. You must put country first. And I know, say, you know, Sierra Leone. Otherwise, the kind of life we live in America and England and all that, you don't forget again if it's just for yourself. You want to work for your people, and you've shown that. You've done a lot of things. But you don't meet Posse again where you have been no work before for this country in troubled times, during the war, during the rebel war. Una work. Una take me out of the doldrums. So dear, come back, Meet with your friend and brother as he has sent an arm of an olive branch. Oh, send him a text today. Or send it to me, I'll take it. You don't say you and me and you and we. And they ask you all within the APC. Sierra Leone is the only country we have. There are other people who are pushing you now, edging you on. Say, go, I don't agree. You know what you do? Because they have other countries to go to. As something happened just now, plane they can't take them. That's in the Nahugu, they run the Guna Bush, they fend Kamalo Road, for go hide, or even I go Katumpe, I go Kasasi, I go hide. If me go, put me face, say, so that they say, come on, you are not a foreigner, you are not one of us. So don't allow those people to egg you on. Think about us who live here in Sierra Leone. This land, nine God give. On the west coast of Africa, next to the Atlantic, the deepest harbor, the most beautiful coasts we have. The country, they say, that its people now have the highest intelligence quotient in Africa, which includes you. The country where they say, now the most peaceful country in West Africa. The country where they say, now the third most peaceful in all of Africa, and 47 in the whole world, above the United States, above UK, above a lot of other countries like Germany and all that. They say we are more peaceful. Let us keep it that. That will make people want for come here. That's why the big one. Please, drop the swords, pick the pens, and let's make the policies, the plans. Let Sierra Leone go before. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Alpha Khan, presidential spokesperson of President Julius Maada Bio Zulayi.
Yes. Thank you for talking to